step down the lane, slams it down as McConnell went for the swipe. Randall says, not this time.
Knicks basketball starts right now. Here's Brendan Brown. And with the play-by-play, here's Ed Cohen on the MSG Radio Network.
Good evening from Madison Square Garden, and welcome to Game 5 for the Knicks in this breakthrough season. It's must-win territory. The Knicks looking to stay alive tonight against the Atlanta Hawks at Madison Square Garden. I'm Ed Cohen. So great to be joined by Brendan Brown. Hey, we know how hard this is. Just 13 teams in NBA playoff history have come back when trailing a series 3-1. The Knicks, they have to get Game 5, Brendan. If they are to do so, what are you looking for, especially early on for the Knicks tonight against Atlanta?
Well, a couple of thoughts. Number one, the Knicks, all regular season long, when they had a bad game, they generally responded pretty well, and they did that in Game 4 for a half. And then they just got hit like by an anvil, by Atlanta the second half of that third quarter. Major transition basketball. Atlanta closes out the third and is really on a roll. So what do the Knicks need to do here? Well, return to the form of games 1 and 2, where the bench was really important. The Knicks defended Atlanta much better in the games here in terms of challenging them, being more physical with them. So can you get that type of a game here tonight?
Knicks losing Game 1, but they took Game 2, coming back to win. Held the Hawks to 10-1 down the stretch and closing out that victory, but then coming to 2 games in Atlanta, losing Games 3 and 4. A positive in Game 4, we talked about this the other day, was the aggressiveness early of Julius Randle and the playmaking of R.J. Barrett. Had 4 assists in the first quarter of Game 4. How can those two and the Knicks build on that, especially early in Game 5?
Well, Game 4 was the first time that Randle kind of looked like himself, the guy that you saw in the regular season, driving quickly, making good decisions, 23.7 assists. He looked back to a form where he was getting to the spots he wanted to get to. Barrett had a good game driving to the basket. As you mentioned, the assist in the first half, very key, drawing in defense, kicking it out. But the reality of this game tonight, Ed, is you're playing for your life. You're in total desperation. The Knicks needed from everybody, and the bench was so good in Games 1 and 2. They have to reappear. They had a little bit of a tough going down in Game 3, Game 4 in Atlanta.
Reggie Bullock, a tough go the other day, no points, but when he's at his best, that really drives the Knicks. Bullock, some key threes late in Game 2, propelling the Knicks to a victory. Their only one so far in this series. Nate McMillan saying before the game, it's do or die for New York. This will be the toughest game of the series, certainly for Atlanta trying to close it out. Knicks